Welcome back to the deep dive. When most people picture Germany, their minds probably jump straight to frothy steins of beer, maybe platters of hearty sausages.
That's the stereotype, definitely.
Right. But what if I told you that Germany actually harbors one of the world's most fascinating and honestly pretty underestimated wine scenes?
hmm
So today, our mission is really to peel back those layers, those preconceptions, and reveal Germany as, well, a premier wine tourism destination, a place that offers so much more than just its famous Riesling.
It's absolutely true. German winemaking, I mean, volume-wise, perhaps it's smaller compared to some of the big European players,
Sure, yeah.
but it is genuinely gigantic in complexity and, importantly, quality. What we're going to uncover for you today is a country offering wines with this remarkable purity, freshness, and real longevity, too.
Okay.
Get ready, because we're about to explore, well, a tapestry of wines that I think will truly surprise you.
Okay, let's unpack this then. From, ancient Roman roots, tracing along the Rhine and Mosel rivers, all the way up to modern, award-winning bottles. Germany's wine story is, it seems, a journey of incredible resilience, refinement, and this deep connection to its unique land. And it's quite a deep history, isn't it? You might be surprised to learn that German wine actually goes all the way back to Roman times. They were planting vines right along those iconic rivers, the Rhine and Mosel.
They certainly were. And then fast forward to the medieval period, and it was the monasteries. They played an absolutely crucial role in developing and really perfecting wine production across the country.
Right, laying the groundwork.
Exactly. They were instrumental. And it was around the 15th century that Riesling, what we now often call the queen of German grapes, really began to emerge properly.
Ah, okay.
But, the path wasn't always smooth. German wine faced huge challenges, things like the 30 Years' War, which is devastating, and then the phylloxera plague in the late 19th century that just wiped out vineyards across Europe.
Huge blow, yeah.
A massive blow. Yet through it all, it showed this remarkable resilience. And that's led to the notable qualitative renaissance we see today. There's this sharp focus now on quality, on unique regional expressions.
And here's where it gets really interesting, I think, because the true magic, as our sources kept pointing out, seems to reside in the soils. Germany's incredibly diverse geography is just key to understanding the wines, isn't it?
Absolutely. You really have to think of Germany as a kind of mosaic of terroirs.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about 13 Unbargebiete. These are the demarcated quality wine regions, and each one has its own distinct personality.
13.
Yeah.
Mm.
And factors like the big rivers, the Rhine and Moselle, they're not just scenic backdrops. They act as thermal regulators, which is vital, tempering the climate in these quite northern latitudes.
Oh, that makes sense.
Then you add the critical south-facing slopes, maximizing every bit of sun exposure. And the soils themselves are incredibly diverse. You find slate, gypsum, volcanic rock, all creating unique microclimates that really shape the distinct character of the wines.
So different soils mean different wines, basically.
Precisely. Think of the Moselle, famous for its slate, or the Rheingau, with its varied soils. Pfalz, which boasts incredible diversity. Each brings something really different, something compelling to the glass.
So while Riesling might be the, let's say, undisputed queen, it's important to remember Germany actually has this rich diversity of other grape varieties just waiting to be discovered.
That's absolutely right. Let's delve into some of the key players, shall we?
Please.
Okay, so Riesling. Obviously, the undeniable queen. It's celebrated for that vibrant acidity. It not only gives incredible freshness, but also ensures amazing longevity. These wines can age for decades, literally.
Decades.
Oh, yes. And it's a bit of a chameleon aromatically. You can range from crisp citrus and green apple when young to more luscious stone fruit like peach and apricot. And then with age, you get that distinctive petroleum note that connoisseurs really look for.
Petrol note, right. Always distinctive.
Exactly. And its versatility is just astounding. It makes everything from bone-dry, refreshing wines, that's the Trocken style, all the way to incredibly sweet, opulent dessert wines. But what's truly remarkable is how well it expresses terroir. It really shouts about where it's grown.
Fascinating. Okay, beyond Riesling.
Beyond Riesling, we have Spätburgunder. Now, that's the German name for Pinot Noir.
Ah, Pinot Noir.
Yes. And this is the rising king, definitely gaining international recognition. It produces these elegant, complex, often surprisingly sophisticated wines, especially when you consider Germany's cool climate.
Right.
You'll typically find delicate notes of cherry, strawberry, maybe a subtle hint of spice. Regions like Baden and Ahr are making some truly distinct styles, often compared very favorably to, they're Burgundian cousins.
High praise indeed.
It is. Then
Right.
don't forget Silvaner. This grape is particularly important in the Franken region. It offers this distinctive earthy, mineral character, moderate acidity. And you'll often find it in those iconic, flat, flask-shaped Bocksbeutel bottles.
Oh yeah, the Bocksbeutel. Very distinctive look.
You can't miss it. And finally, let's touch on two increasingly popular whites. Grauburgunder, which is Pinot Gris,
Okay.
and Weissburgunder, which is Pinot Blanc. These are really thriving, especially down in Baden and Pfalz. Weissburgunder tends to be elegant and delicate, maybe subtle fruit, almond notes. Grauburgunder is generally a bit more full-bodied, richer, often with notes of ripe pear, maybe even a smoky touch.
Quite the lineup beyond Riesling. Okay, with that amazing overview of the grapes, let's dive deeper now into the Southwest. That's a region famous for both iconic Riesling and some of these rising red stars. First up, the Rheingau, often called the cradle of world-class Riesling.
Yes, the Rheingau.
Yeah.
Its terroir is quite unique. You have the mighty Rhine River acting almost like a giant mirror, reflecting sunlight right onto these steep south-facing slopes.
Maximizing the light.
Exactly. And these slopes, often with slate and quartzite soils, yield Rieslings with this remarkable structure, a really vibrant, pronounced acidity. That's what gives them that impressive longevity we talked about. They tend to be a bit more full-bodied, perhaps more powerful than Mosel Rieslings.
And the history there is just incredible, too. You mentioned Schloss Johannesburg, the first vineyard to plant only Riesling, way back in 1720.
That's the one. And it's also the birthplace of Spätlese, that lovely late harvest style. Apparently, it was a happy accident in 1775. The messenger bringing permission to harvest was delayed.
A lucky delay. And then there's Kloster Eberbach, that ancient monastery. I read it was used as a film location for The Name of the Rose.
It was indeed. Very atmospheric place, like stepping back in time.
Wow.
A truly cinematic history. And, when it comes to food, that vibrant acidity of Rheingau Riesling just cuts perfectly through rich German dishes. Think sauerbraten, that marinated pot roast, or various types of Wurst.
The classic pairings.
Creates a delightful balance, really enhances the meal. It's a classic for a reason.
Okay, moving nearby then to the Moselle. You need to picture this. Vineyards on slopes so steep, I read sometimes over 60 degrees inclination, among the steepest in the world.
Oh, absolutely. Viticulture there is truly heroic, really challenging work. And that crucial blue and red slate soil, the Ardosia, is key. It retains heat, which is vital that far north, and imparts this really distinctive minerality to the wines.
So that slate is doing double duty.
Exactly. And Moselle Riesling, well, it's the epitome of elegance and delicacy. These wines are typically light-bodied, lower in alcohol, but defined by that vibrant, refreshing acidity. To really understand them, though, you need to get your head around the classification system based on natural sweetness.
Okay, yeah. The Prädikatswein system.
That's the one. So Kabinett is the lightest, the essence of elegance, great as an aperitif, vibrant acidity, just a touch of residual sweetness usually.
Right.
Then you have Spätlese, meaning late harvest.
Yeah.
These wines have greater concentration, a bit more pronounced sweetness, more structure overall.
Okay, a step up in richness.
Exactly. And finally, Auslese. This comes from rigorously hand-selected bunches of grapes, often affected by noble rot Botrytis cinerea. That's a beneficial fungus that shrivels the grapes, concentrating sugars and flavors. These wines are exceptionally rich, intense, real treasures for sipping and savoring.
Sounds incredible. For anyone planning a visit, I saw recommendations for picturesque villages like Bernkastel-Kues, Traben-Charbach, famous vineyard sites like Vale and Sonner, Kokens Castle, too.
All stunning places. Absolutely worth a visit. And for food pairings, that lighter Kabinett is fantastic with things like freshwater fish or maybe some goat cheese. But for the sweeter Spätlese and Auslese, think about spicy Asian dishes. The sweetness balances the heat beautifully. Or, of course, sophisticated desserts.
A wine for every course, it seems. Okay, let's shift now to Pfalz. This region gets called the German Mediterranean. Why is that?
Well, it's Germany's warmest and driest region. So warm, in fact, that it's not just grapes that thrive there. You'll actually find things like figs and almonds growing quite happily.
Figs and almonds in Germany. Okay, that is warm.
It really is. And that warmth, combined with incredibly diverse soils, means Pfalz can produce a really broad range of wines. Their Spätburgunder, for instance, often has this robustness, more present tannins, sometimes compared to renowned Burgundies.
Right, you mentioned that earlier.
Yeah. And you'll also find full-bodied Rieslings here, quite different from the Mosel. Plus, elegant Weissburgunder, rich Grauburgunder. Pfalz is really pushing the boundaries of what German wine can be. It's quite dynamic.
And it's home to the Deutsche Weinstraße, isn't it? Germany's first official wine route. Sounds perfect for exploring.
It is ideal for a picturesque drive or even a bike ride. It's a wonderful way to experience the region. And Pfalz also has this fantastic, innovative spirit. You have wineries like Economer Rebholz and Dr. Birkeland Wolf, who are real champions of biodynamic practices.
Biodynamics, interesting.
Yes, and Birkeland Wolf even uses a Burgundy-style vineyard classification. Then there's von Winning, known for these distinctive, powerful Rieslings, often aged in oak, which really challenges traditional perceptions.
So tradition and innovation side by side.
Exactly. And for food, think local specialties like Salmagen. It's a sort of stuffed pork stomach. Sounds odd, but it's delicious. And Pfälzer Leberknödel, which are liver dumplings. Hearty food for these robust wines.
It sounds like a proper feast. Okay, let's keep exploring. Moving east and south now to uncover some more regional gems. First, Baden. This sits right by the Black Forest, described as a Spätburgunder paradise. And it's the warmest region overall.
Yes, Baden, nestled between the Black Forest and the Rhine River, is indeed the warmest German wine region. Its unique terroir, lots of volcanic and limestone soils, results in wines that often have noticeably higher alcohol and a more robust body compared to other German regions.
Ah, that warmth effect again.
Definitely. And Baden holds the title for being Germany's largest producer of Spätburgunder Pinot Noir. They offer incredibly versatile styles, from lighter ones to really quite powerful examples. And from the Kaiserstuhl area, with its volcanic soils, you get this distinctive minerality, almost a smoky character sometimes. It's quite captivating.
And who are the key players there? Any names to look out for?
Well, you absolutely have to mention Bernhard Huber. He sadly passed away some years ago, but he truly elevated Baden Spätburgunder to an international level of excellence. His wines are legendary. And perhaps Spätlese, who's known for more minimalist, often unfiltered wines that have a real following.
Okay, noted. And pairings.
Well, these robust Baden wines are beautiful with local cuisine. Think Schwarzwälder Schinken, that famous Black Forest ham, or heartier game dishes. The richness of the food really stands up well to the character of the wines.
Perfect match. All right, shifting gears completely, let's head to Franken. Known for its Silvaner and that unique Bocksbeutel bottle, right? And different soils again.
Yes, Franken. A very distinct region. Here, the terroir is really defined by gypsum and limestone soils. And this is where you find the Majesty of Silvaner. It's the region's star grape, no question.
The Majesty of Silvaner, I like that.
It produces these wines with vibrant acidity, but also this unmistakable saline minerality. It's very savory. And as you said, it's famous for being bottled in that distinctive flattened Bocksbeutel. You really can't miss it on a shelf.
Instantly recognizable. What about visiting Franken?
Würzburg is definitely the main hub.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful city with majestic Marienburg Fortress overlooking everything, and the stunning Würzburg Residence Palace that's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Lots to see besides the vineyards.
Sounds lovely. And food. What goes with that savory Silvaner?
These Franken wines are brilliant with robust Bavarian cuisine. Think Schweinschacks, that big roasted pork knuckle, or various bratwursts or Fränkischer Sauerbraten. The wine's acidity and minerality provide a fantastic counterpoint to the richness of that kind of food.
Cuts right through it, I imagine.
Beautifully.
Okay, one more stop on our tour. Let's venture to Saxony. That's the easternmost wine region in Germany. Sounds like it might be challenging climatically.
It is. Saxon faces a pretty rigorous continental climate, but they practice what's often called heroic viticulture along the Elbrid River Valley, carving out vineyards on steep slopes there. It's really quite impressive.
Heroic viticulture, wow. What do they grow there?
Well, you see a bit of a renaissance of grapes like Gold Riesling, which is quite unique to the area, and other interesting local varieties. But they also produce some really elegant Spätburgunder. For wine tourism, you've got the historic city of Dresden nearby, and also Meissen, famous for its porcelain. Both offer these charming, beautiful backdrops to the vineyards. It's a lovely mix of culture and wine.
Sounds like a unique corner of the German wine world. Pairings.
Think local. Fresh fish from the Elbe River works wonderfully. And for something sweet, there's a delightful local specialty called Eiercheck. It's a traditional layered cheese and egg cake. Quite delicious.
Okay, my head is spinning with all these regions and grapes. So what does all this mean for you, the listener, the aspiring German wine explorer? Let's talk practical tips. How do you plan an unforgettable journey into this incredible wine country?
Right, some practical advice is definitely needed. First off, when's the best time to visit? Well, spring and summer obviously offer milder weather, which is great for exploring.
Makes sense.
But autumn, specifically September to October, offers something truly unique and, I'd say, unmissable. The harvest season. the Wineleys. This is when the vineyards are buzzing, and you'll find vibrant wine fest or wine festivals popping up everywhere. It's a really celebratory atmosphere.
Harvest festivals sound fun.
They really are. Now, how to get around? Renting a car is probably the best bet for total freedom and flexibility. It lets you explore those picturesque routes at your own pace. Just please remember to designate a non-drinking driver.
Crucial point.
Absolutely. Alternatively, there are some fantastic scenic train routes, especially along the Mosel and the Rhine. And for the more active, immersive bike tours are a wonderful way to really experience the landscapes up close.
Bike tours through vineyards. Nice.
It's lovely. And where to stay. You've got all the usual options from luxury hotels to charming local guest houses known as Gasthäuser. But for a truly authentic and welcoming experience, I'd really suggest trying to stay at a Weingut. That's a working wine estate.
Stay right at the winery.
Exactly. It gives you direct contact with the producers and an intimate look at their craft. It's a fantastic experience.
That sounds ideal. Okay, before we wrap up, maybe we can help people navigate those sometimes intimidating German wine labels and maybe some key terms for conversations, a sort of essential cheat sheet.
Excellent idea. It can seem a bit confusing at first. Let's run through a concise glossary of key German wine terms.
Perfect.
Okay, first, levels of sweetness. This is often indicated by Zuckerrestgehalt, meaning residual sugar. Trocken means dry. Legally, that's a maximum of 9 grams per liter of residual sugar, though often it's much less.
Okay, trocken dry.
Right. Halbtrocken means half dry or off dry. That falls between 9 and 18 grams per liter.
Got it.
Then there's Feinherb. Now, this is technically an unofficial term, but it's very common. It generally means delicately sweet, sort of overlapping with Halbtrocken, but often going a bit higher, maybe up to around 45 grams per liter. It suggests a nice balance, not fully dry, but not overtly sweet either.
Fine herb. Okay, useful to know.
Very. Now, for quality classifications, specifically the Prädikatswein system we touched on earlier, the key thing here is that these wines are naturally sweet, meaning no chaptalization, no sugar was added to the grape juice before fermentation to boost the potential alcohol. The sweetness comes purely from the grapes.
All natural.
Exactly. So Kabinett is the lightest style, made from normally ripened grapes, often at a great refreshing aperitif. Spätlese means late harvest, so the grapes are picked later, giving more intensity, more concentration, often a bit more sweetness. And Auslese means selected harvest. These are made from carefully selected, very ripe bunches, often with that noble rot botrytis, making them rich, intense, and often quite sweet.
Kabinett, Spätlese, Auslese, increasing ripeness and intensity.
You've got it. Now, for high-quality dry wines, especially from top vineyards, look for the term Grosses Gewächs, often abbreviated as GG. This is a prestigious classification, sort of like a Grand Cru equivalent, used by the VDP Association for their best dry wines from top classified sites.
GG, the top dry stuff.
Right. A key general term is Weingut. That simply means winery or wine estate. You'll see it everywhere.
Weingut, winery, easy enough.
And finally, let's mention the VDP. That stands for Verband Deutscher Prädikats- und Qualitätsweingüter. It's an elite association of top German wine producers. They have incredibly rigorous standards, often stricter than the general wine law.
So VDP is a mark of quality.
Definitely. Look for their logo on the bottle capsule. It's an eagle carrying a grape bunch. It signifies top quality and adherence to strict, often traditional methods.
The VDP Eagle. Good tip. Wow, what an incredible journey we've taken today. We've really seen that Germany is, well, it's a wine tourism treasure that extends so far beyond just the acclaimed Riesling grape.
Absolutely.
We've explored these dramatic landscapes, delved into ancient history, and covered the surprising diversity of styles and terroirs, from the steepest slopes you can imagine in the Moselle to the warm embrace of Baden and Pfalz. It really feels like a country ripe for exploration, offering so many potential aha moments for wine lovers.
This deep dive, I hope, reveals a wine country of just incredible nuance, passion, and real innovation, too. It challenges us, I think, to look beyond those old preconceptions as the beer and sausages idea and truly appreciate how history, geography, and sheer human dedication converge in every single bottle.
Beautifully put.
And maybe it raises an important question for you, the listener. What other hidden wine gems are out there waiting for you to discover? Perhaps even in places you thought you already knew.
A fantastic thought to leave us with. Until next time, keep exploring, keep tasting, and keep making those aha moments.